This video is sponsored by the Authortube Writing Conference. More about them later in the video. If you've been looking for a self-publishing platform that doesn't take 30% to 70% of your sales, doesn't lock you into exclusivity, and actually lets you keep control of your mailing list, then stop what you're doing and pay attention, because this might change everything. There's a platform where authors keep 100% of their profits. Not 70, not 60, every dollar straight to you. It doesn't force exclusivity, it doesn't punish you for growing your own audience, and it doesn't hide your reader data behind layers of analytics you can't access or understand. It's called Laterpress, and it might be the best alternative to Amazon KDP that no one's talking about. I'm going to give you my unfiltered thoughts on the platform, break down what it gets right, what needs work, and why it's getting more attention from indie authors these days. I'll also show you how to publish on it step by step so you can see exactly how it works. If you're fed up with Amazon's shenanigans and ready to explore something better or in addition to, stick around. This could be the reset your author business needs. Laterpress is a digital publishing platform where indie authors can sell ebooks directly to readers. You don't need to upload to a marketplace or fight for attention in a crowded store. You get your own dedicated landing pages and a personalized storefront, so it feels like a fully branded author site. But here's what really sets it apart: direct reader access. Every time someone buys your book, they have the option to join your email list. No hoops. No gatekeepers, no vague followers you can't reach. You're not guessing who your readers are. You actually own the list. That alone makes this platform a game changer. You can build real relationships and follow up with your fans whenever you want. And most platforms don't let you do this. Amazon hides reader data behind its ecosystem. Other retailers never give you contact information. With Laterpress, you build your audience while making sales. And when someone buys, that connection is yours, not theirs. Here's how royalties break down. If a reader comes to your book from a link you control, whether it's your newsletter, your website, or social media, you get 100% of the sale. The only deduction is the Stripe processing fee, which is currently 2.9% plus a 30-cent per transaction. Now, that's it. So if you sell a book for $5, you take home about $4.56. Now compare that to Amazon KDP. If your book is priced at $5 and you've enrolled in the 70% royalty plan, you'll earn about $3.50 after Amazon takes its cut. And that's before delivery fees, which can lower it even more depending on your file size. Now on Laterpress, that same sale gets you more than a full $1 extra per reader, and you get their email address too. Now, what if someone finds your book through Laterpress or another author? That's where their optional community feature kicks in. If another author refers a reader to your book, they get 5% of the sale. Laterpress takes 10%. You still keep 85%. And if the platform itself drives the sale, Laterpress just takes the 10%. Now, this model keeps incentives aligned. You bring your audience, you keep everything. They help you grow your audience. They earn a cut. No tricks, no bait and switch. No one's getting rich off your work except you. Now, you're probably thinking this still sounds too good to be true. So what's stopping Laterpress from flipping the switch someday and taking more of the pie? That's where user governance comes in. Laterpress has a published framework called the Author Constitution. It's a public set of rules they agree to follow, and it gives authors a voice in how the platform operates. They can't suddenly introduce ads, raise fees, or lock features behind a paywall without running it through the user base first. They've put actual checks on their power so authors aren't left guessing. That level of transparency is rare, and it's one of the reasons more and more writers are giving Laterpress a serious look. Let's take everything we've talked about and put it into action. I'm going to walk you through how I published YouTube for authors on Laterpress step by step. Click Add Book in the top right corner. You'll be prompted to choose one of three options: standalone book, add to a new collection, and add to an existing collection. I chose standalone for my book. Next, click Save and Continue. Now click Upload Cover and add your cover image. They recommend 2560 by 1600 pixels. You will need to bring your own cover design. Feel free to browse any of my previous videos about cover design companies I know and trust. Next, you're going to enter your book title. Now select the genre. You can now enter the ISBN, but it's not required. After all, this is direct sales, so ISBNs aren't essential. Add your book description. Now you have up to 5,000 characters and can use bold, italics, or underlining for formatting. Click Add Book to continue. From here, you have 3 options. Start a new book from scratch, paste in chapters one by one, or import an EPUB file. I chose to upload a formatted EPUB. Laterpress also gives you the option to allow readers to download the EPUB after purchase. Now, this is something Amazon doesn't offer. Unlike KDP, which only grants a license to read the ebook, Laterpress gives you the option to let readers fully own their copy. You're in control of that decision, though. Quick tip, if a reader wants to send your book to their Kindle device, they can use amazon.com/send to Kindle. Now, after uploading, I review the content chapter by chapter. Now, some minor formatting didn't carry over cleanly, so I fixed things like lists, subchapter headings, and citations. Now, for reference, YouTube for Authors is about 39,000 words. It took me roughly 90 minutes to dial everything in. Now, to be clear, it's nonfiction, so it required a little more cleanup than most fiction books would. Now, once my manuscript was ready, I click Settings in the top right corner. Next up, choose your website URL. This cannot be changed later, so pick carefully. Now, much of your metadata will already be filled in from before. Choose whether your book is visible to everyone or subscribers only. Now, I selected everyone since I'm not gating this book behind a subscription or limiting it to a specific audience. Now, set your price. Choose how pricing is handled. Now, the full book or by the chapter bundle. I chose the entire book, of course. Set your free preview. A good rule of thumb is to make it about 10% of your book available for free. Under customization, you can choose to use default chapter labels or create your own. I chose to start with a custom intro and mainly labeled each chapter afterward. You can also export your book as a docx file. This might not seem like a big deal, but it is a lifesaver if you lose your local copy or run into some tech issues. And yes, there's a delete button, but I didn't use it for obvious reasons. Now, once everything looked good, I hit publish. There's no review process or delay. You can go live instantly or schedule for later. I scheduled an immediate release for my book, no issues. Now, here are a few side notes from the experience. My front matter was completely stripped out during upload. I didn't catch it until after publishing, so be sure to preview your book on desktop before you go live. I haven't explored features like subscriptions or scheduled chapter releases yet. I'm keeping it simple for now and plan to scale into more advanced features as my reader base grows on Laterpress. Now, when readers land on your product page, they'll see a Read Now button and a download option if you've enabled it. The checkout process is powered by Stripe and it's smooth. Just remember, Stripe fees are the only thing coming out of your sales. Once inside the book, readers can open the hamburger menu in the top right corner to access your About the Author page, their bookshelf, and My Account. Your author page can include the profile photo, the name, website, X link, short bio, and a list of available books. And that bookshelf, that's where it gets interesting. When readers visit it, they see their purchased book up top, but they'll also see recommended books beneath it. This is proof that even though Laterpress doesn't have a full marketplace, they're building tools to help readers discover more authors. It's a smart move in the right direction. Take Laterpress for a spin as a reader when you pick up a copy of my book at youtubeforauthors.com or youtubeforauthors.laterpress.com. Laterpress already brings a lot to the table, but what really caught my eye is what's coming next. They're not just sitting on a decent platform, they're actively building towards something bigger. Here's what's already live. Monthly subscriptions are now available. You can charge readers a recurring fee for access to your content. Now, this is perfect for serialized fiction, early access models, or ongoing releases. Scheduled publishing lets you preload chapters and release them automatically over time. You control the release window, of course. Now, whether it's every week, every day, or something else, the system handles it. And of course, there's preview unlock timers giving you full control over content when it becomes free. You can keep a chapter behind a paywall for like 6 months and then open it up to the public later on if you want to, for free if you wanted to. Now, that's a game changer for authors running timed exclusives or subscription models. And here's what's coming soon. Audiobooks are coming. They've confirmed support for audio is in development. Now, no word yet on exact formats, but if Laterpress handles direct audiobook sales the same way they handle ebooks, authors could see better royalties than what they're getting from platforms like ACX. Now, even if it's not 100%, it will likely be a major step up from the 25% model most of us are stuck with. ACX, I see you. A dedicated mobile app is being developed to improve the reading experience across devices. I'm, for one, am excited because that incentivizes me as a reader to go and buy more from Laterpress if I have that app available to me. This will make it easier for readers everywhere to stay engaged with your content, wherever they are. There's also a super secret community feature in the planning. Now, no details yet, but the team teased it directly in their Discord. Go join their Discord. That's free to do. You might as well go ahead and be a part of it. Now, that alone is enough to make me curious. I don't know what it is, but I'm paying attention, Laterpress. Now, Laterpress is still growing, but they're shipping features fast. Everything they've added so far supports one goal: giving indie authors more control. If you've been burned by platforms that change the rules without notice or roll out features that only benefit them, this is a refreshing shift. Laterpress is building with authors in mind, and it shows. Let's take a quick break to talk about the Authortube Writing Conference, the sponsor of today's video. If you've never heard of it, imagine this: a massive collaboration of YouTubers who are also authors, all coming together once a year to share what they know. No paywalls, no upsells, no email signups, just pure free value. Now, I've presented at 3 of the past 4 years, and every time it feels like coming home. Whether you're just starting out or deep in the publishing trenches, you'll find creators at every level who genuinely care about helping others. You can watch all the replays now at authortubewritingconference.com. Special shout out and thanks to the Authortube Writing Conference team for making this video happen. Again, visit authortubewritingconference.com. Laterpress gets a lot right. It's not perfect, but if you've spent any time in the self-publishing trenches, you'll spot the differences immediately. Let's start with the pros. Now first, the royalty structure is unbeatable. That's not an exaggeration. It's not hyperbole. It is unbeatable. You bring the reader, you keep the sale. There's no platform taking a random chunk of your money for simply existing. Compared to Amazon's 70% royalty, minus delivery fees, might I add, minus exclusivity restrictions, might I add, and minus mystery, might I further add, Laterpress just gives you the money. You keep 100% of the sale, minus Stripe's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Second, you get direct access to your readers. That's something Amazon, Apple, Kobo, and basically every other major platform keeps locked down. With Laterpress, you can actually build your email list right inside the platform. That alone puts it in a league of its own. Now, third, the platform is clean and intuitive. Uploading books is easy. Navigating the dashboard is simple. It doesn't take long to get from zero to live product. Fourth, the community features are smart. When another author recommends your book and it leads to a sale, they get a 5% cut. Laterpress takes 10% and you still keep 85%. That's not a penalty. It's an incentive system. And it's optional. If you do all your own marketing, you can keep the full amount. Fifth, the governance model is a big deal. They've locked themselves into transparency. They don't make major changes unless the user base agrees to it. You're not going to wake up one day to find out they added ads to your book page or, for heaven forbid, dropped your royalty rate. That kind of accountability is rare. Now, let's talk about what's still in progress. There's no native marketplace yet. That means Laterpress isn't going to bring you readers the way Amazon might. You're still responsible for driving your own traffic. For some authors, that's a deal breaker. For others, it's a challenge worth accepting. It also doesn't support print or fixed layout formats like children's books or photo-heavy nonfiction. If you rely on images, this won't be a good fit, at least Not yet. And while audio is in development, it's not here yet. Same goes for discount codes, a mobile app, and just a few of the things I've kind of griped previously. They're all on the roadmap, but not in your hands today. Still, for authors with an audience or those willing to build one, Laterpress offers something most platforms never will: control. If you want to be in charge of your business, your brand, your money, this is one of the strongest options out there. Overall, Laterpress is a solid option for all authors looking for an alternative to the self-publishing giants like Amazon KDP. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention other viable options beyond Laterpress. Check out this next video where I break down the 10 best self-publishing companies for ebooks. You'll have to see where Laterpress ranks on that list, so I'll catch you there.